One of Bowie's strongest cues is lay down. It's one of the first ones we started working on. And to cue him to lay down, you can just say lay down or kind of point to like the floor or wherever you want him to lay down and say lay down. And that usually helps him with the visual cue, but he does tend to do it without, but it's a lot stronger if you do both. And also, if you point to his bed and say lay down, typically he'll lay down because that was, like I said, the first thing we worked on. It's pretty well generalized because we've worked on it around campus and at home, you know, pretty much wherever we would go. I would say lay down and he would lay down next to me. Like if we would work in the library or something, he would lay down next to my chair. If I'm eating dinner and he's bugging me, I'll say lay down and he'll lay down on the floor and I'll feed him like treats, you know, for laying down and not poking his head up when I'm eating. Stuff like that. He'll lay down, obviously, for food, and just in general, if you need him out of the way. In addition to lay down, if you put your hand flat out, and it can be lower or it can be, you know, up here, usually doesn't matter. If you put your hand flat and say rest, he'll put his head down and rest it between his front feet. Usually if your hand is lower and he does it, when you pull it away, he might raise his head up because he thinks you're about to get his food. So if you re-cue it, he'll put it back down. And it's pretty strong, but he does tend to pop his head back up when he gets excited when he's waiting for food. But that's another addition to the lay down cue that he knows pretty well. So I'm sitting at the table now. Get it. And I asked Bowie to lay down next to me. Lay down. And he'll lay right next to where you're sitting and wait very patiently for his food. Rest. And he'll rest his head. And my hand didn't even go that close to the floor. It can just kind of be in midair. And he gets the message. Good boy. Bowie, come here. Lay down. Good boy. Lay down. See, sometimes he does the rest on his own. Good. But he does tend to pop his head back up once food is coming. Good boy. Yes. If it's on an unfamiliar surface or area, he might need to be lured. So if he has to be lured, you can take a treat, hold it to his nose, and put it straight down to the floor. And this is helpful if he's in like an unfamiliar area like the porch or like an unfamiliar surface and might be uncomfortable, so he might not be as inclined to lay down right away. So you can lure him. Like I said, this is pretty well generalized, so I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. Lay down. I know, I'm up here, it's kind of weird, right? Get it. Lay down. Good boy. Yes. Let's see about. Lay down. Good boy. Yes, I know.